Grace Mystic, and thank you for watching, sharing, following, and I really appreciate everything. So I want to talk about this full moon in Aquarius. It's going to be Monday, August 3rd. So Monday, August 3rd, we're going to have this amazing full moon. It's going to be coming to fruition. So remember, new moons are where we start things. And then we have our first quarter, which that's when we have a little bit of conflict, and then we adjust. And then the full moon is when we illuminate and everything is seen. Now, this Aquarius moon, if you think back to January, at the end of January, we had an Aquarius new moon. So what your intentions then should now be coming to fruition now. And you can either say, okay, I want to alter it, I want to change it, I want to add to it, moving forward. Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign. A lot of people think that it's a water sign because it's represented by the water bearer. No, couldn't be further from the truth. Aquarius is a fixed air sign. I like to think of Aquarius as a cloud that every time it gets a little bit of water for emotions, feelings, and spiritual anything, it just says, whew, I got to rain that off and get it off of me. Because Aquarians live in their heads. They want to communicate. They want to speak and understand, and they're always looking for new forms of information. Aquarius is, they're represented by the rebels, the misfits, the square peg, or round peg and square hole, I don't know, whichever one that is. They are the eccentric, the ones that do not want to follow the rules. Remember, the sign that comes before it, they change after that. So they come after Capricorn. Capricorn is follow the rules. This is what we have. This is why we do this. Aquarius says, why do we have these rules? They question everything. They are shock, surprise. And so it's new technology. It is not following things blindly. So with this full moon, it's going to be illuminating some things, not only that we started in January, but where we are coming. This is going to be a full moon full of shock, surprise, things that are going to be uncovered that we did not know, did not expect, did not see. And it's going to be bringing out of the shadows things that we did not know were hidden, because the full moon is illuminated. On the natal chart, if the sun is here, the full moon is here. A new moon, they're next to each other. So you could not have a full moon without the sun to illuminate it. So the sun is now bringing to light anything that we just didn't know about, didn't understand, didn't see. So bringing out of the shadow things that are hidden. Now we're going to see this on the news, with our friends. Depends on where the placement is in your chart. The great thing about this is Uranus is here to shock us, to surprise us. This cool energy is about awakening us, our soul's energy. So it's a collective sign. Capricorn is me alone, and Aquarius is us. We're a unit, we're a group, we're a collective. And so it's wanting to bring us all together and say, why are we following these old rules? Why are we doing this? This doesn't make any sense. Explain it to me and let's change it so as a collective things are better. It's called the Lion's Gate. This is it's August 8th. It's always 8/8. So the Lion's Gate. The portal is now opening. So what this means is vibrations of people are becoming higher. And for some people who've never experienced this may come as the shock and as the surprise of, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling this? I don't understand. Why am I thinking about this differently? This is here to shock and surprise and change our opinions and our thoughts on some things. So as a collective, we come together as a whole. So our soul's energy is shaken up so that we come into new knowledge, new wisdom. We rise together. Everybody, so if your vibration is here and somebody else's is here, you can bring collectively their vibration higher. It's so we all can receive like the downloads, the wisdom, the knowledge, because the higher your vibration, the more open you are to it, and different people that you're going to be drawn to, different people, places, and things. So you may notice that people that you were once with, maybe their vibration is different than yours. So do we need, like, how do we fit together? Can we rise together? Can you help raise mine? Can I help raise yours? Are our thoughts and our feelings the same? Nope, they're not, because of all the conjunctions that were going on. So let me go back to this portal, this Lion's Gate. I don't know if you've ever heard of a Kundalini awakening, but in our bodies, we have these energy centers. You can call them chakras. So there's basically the 7 basic chakras that go up the center. So the snake or serpent is coiled at the base of our sacral, our first chakra. And so it's there. And so as we get this information, it coils and goes through each of our chakras until it reaches the top. So we receive the download. So it's an awakening. It's a spiritual awakening to say, I see things differently. I'm hearing, I understand, I feel this energy is amazing. The Kundalini awakening. So I'm putting it in a minimalistic way, but it's an amazing event to happen, and you can see it happening with people. They're seeing things differently, they're understanding things differently, they're feeling things. It's raising their frequency, raising their vibration. So let me go back. This is to advance us as a collective. Remember where we are with Mars. Mars, we are in the shadow. I want to explain retrogrades. Most people only pay attention to Mercury retrograde. Mercury is our form of communication. This Mars is this transit of Mars is huge. It never spends, okay, not never. It rarely spends this amount of time in a sign. And Mars is in Aries, its own home sign. It wants to fire things up. It wants to light a fire underneath people. So what happens is it enters a sign and it starts to light a fire. Then it goes retrograde. Before it goes retrograde, there's this shadow period. That's where you get an inkling of what's going to go a little haywire, what's going to go a little wonky, where things are going to be shaken up. And then when it goes retrograde, that's when the shakeup with those events truly occurs. Then you have your post-retrograde. That is when you say, okay, I got this. I understand this. Now let's untangle this mess. And then it goes direct. When it goes direct, you should have a different opinion, a different eye-opening experience about where things were and where you want to move forward with things. Usually it comes in, all retrogrades come in to challenge us, to change our way of thinking, our thoughts, and so we will move forward with new knowledge. You can't hide from a retrograde. You can't hide from any of it, because even if you stay in, it will come to you. Everybody's experiencing this somewhere in their chart. For some of us, it's with our home. For some of us, it's with the collective. Where do I want to jump on board? Do I want to raise the vibration or bring awareness? Remember, Mars wants to light a fire and bring awareness to things that are unjust. Now, because we have these other planets that it's squaring, we've talked about squares. Whenever a planet squares another at a 90-degree angle, that's to cause discomfort. It's to say, look, this is not smooth. This is where we need to learn a lesson. This is where we need to fix this. So it's coming square with, well, Pluto. Pluto says, hey, these are the rules. And Aries is like, these rules are not working. And so Pluto says, well, let's regenerate it. And Sagittarius is, well, I'm going to expand this energy. So wherever this fire is, you're going to see explosions or expansions. This is to speed up the process of change. We are now moving into a different, like at the end of 2020, and 2020 is just going to be this monumental year where we're going to see major change happening. I know that I'm watching it on the news. I'm watching it play out in real life, where people's thoughts and people's feelings, people are going to be like, their true selves are going to be coming out, and other people are going to be saying, we've tolerated that for way too long and we need to change that. So me as a voice is not strong. Us together can be heard a little bit more. Us together as a collective, you're not going to shut us down this time. And so we're going to see it play out over and over and over in the news with groups that people that want to be heard. Now, at this time, we have to take into consideration that our views may not be the same as somebody else's views, and they have the same fired up energy as we do. So we have to accept it and say, that's where you are on your path. This is where I am on my path. And I remind myself all the time, accept people with where they are and where they're not. Because not everybody's on the same path that I am. Not everybody understands things. And I don't always understand it the way somebody else is. So this is, yes, Stephanie, thank you, lighting a fire underneath our butts. Where are we going to fire up for change? Is it going to be in your personal life? Is it like, are you ready to say, I'm done with this, I need to move on to this? Is it your career? I am now ready for a new career. Is it your home? I'm done with this, I need to move on to this. Is it with social change? Because that's where the collective wants to be. In the end, we have this transition. And remember, it's going to be square, square, square all the way through August, September, parts of October. This will not end until, I believe, the winter solstice, right before Christmas. And the Mars energy isn't going to end until January. So this is going to carry us throughout this year. So buckle up. Don't avoid it. Come at it with ease and grace and saying, I'm open. I'm open to new ideas, new thoughts, new changes. And keep a lid on my temper, because that's that Mars energy coming out. And expect the unexpected with this full freaking moon. I love Aquarians. I love the Aquarius full moon. It just means now I have to expect the shock and surprise. And so, you want to talk more about it? I'm here. Hit me up. We'll talk about your natal chart of where it falls. You can find me, willowgracemystic.com. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, podcast, and you can also sign up for my newsletter, and I will be talking more about it. Right. I heart you.